Hi, I'm here to tell you a brief history of the First Baptist Church of Hamilton, Ohio. In 1788, several Baptists embarked on a journey to this area, beginning at the foot of the Little Miami River. Those lay people and some pastors set off for Butler, Warren, and Hamilton County to found our modern-day Baptist churches. The first church, though, wasn't established until 1790. But here in Hamilton, Ohio, officially wasn't founded until 1829. Though many churches were founded before the Baptist church was here, the first being the Presbyterian Church in 1810 in downtown Hamilton. Hamilton started as a fort for the United States. Fort Hamilton, of course, named for Alexander Hamilton, the treasurer of the United States. But with time, the fort was disbanded and it was decided that the town would be incorporated as a city. It became a bustling center for trade and for commerce, manufacturing, and it was divided into two parts. On one side of the Great Miami River was Hamilton. The other side was what they call Rossville. But later the two would merge into the city of Hamilton. And Rossville is where the First Baptist Church first got established. In 1829, it was called the Old School Baptist Church of Rossville. But then later, the church officially moved to downtown to Court Street in the middle of the 19th century. There was a division, though, prior to that, where there were some in the Baptist church who felt more that missions were far more important than the other members. So that small group split apart to form the First Baptist Church of Hamilton. They were able to raise money and build a lovely, large building downtown in 1858. But the church went on to found other churches in the area: Westside Baptist, Emmanuel Baptist, First Baptist Church of Pleasant Run, and then their latest was Crossway Baptist Church. The church has always been strong in missions work. 16% of the church's budget at one point was spent on missions, and now it's up to 21% of the church's budget goes to missions. As we move into the 20th century, a pastor by the name of Reverend Scripture, how apropos is that, decided that there was time the church expanded. So property was bought on the west side of Hamilton, formerly Rossville, at the top of the hill where the church currently resides. It's over 30-some acres of land and often referred to as the Big Church on the Hill. So a modern-day church was built in 1970 and was expanded upon throughout the years, and into the late 80s it reached its current status with a large sanctuary, and the former Great Hall that used to be used for worship is now a fellowship hall for banquets and dinners and other performances that the church, it's like a multi-purpose room. There's been several pastors that served at First Baptist, and there's also been several members who have gone on to serve as pastors at other churches. The longest tenured pastor that the Baptist church had was Reverend Dennis Metzger, who recently retired. So now the church is in a period where they are looking for a new pastor. So we have an interim pastor who has been serving for close to a year, Reverend Steve Gage, and he will most likely be here through the end of the year, because the search for a pastor in the Baptist church, especially the ones through the American Baptist Church Association, takes about 15 months to 2 years. Like I said, the church sits up on a hill in a wooded area and has a beautiful view of the city, which it considers its mission field, because there's so much needed in the city that the church can provide. They do meal programs, they fund other small churches, struggling churches in the city. We work with Open Door Pantry, Living Waters Ministry, not to mention the missionaries that are sponsored around the world in Cambodia and Brazil. There's a large educational complex at the church, which is utilized for several Bible studies classes, men's, women's. There's a couples Bible study class, a youth program called Cru. There's a dedicated group to the choir and the praise music. There's a special part of the church that's been saved from the previous church, and where they have 5 beautiful Tiffany windows that were dated from 1907 that hang in the church, and they depict Jesus, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The church has a diverse and multicultural congregation, but like many of the churches that have a traditional type service, the attendance for services tends to be more of their senior citizen, 60 and up, comprise a large population of the church, which is not uncommon through most churches, but it is a point of concern, because in order to grow the church, you need to have some more younger members, and with the hope of a new pastor, perhaps that will come in time. I hope that you've learned a little bit about the First Baptist Church of Hamilton, Ohio, in this brief historical moment. If you have any other questions, you can check the website for the First Baptist Church of Hamilton, Ohio.org. Thank you.